As we have come to know with any Destiny 2 season, there's always a bunch of brand new exotic cosmetics to earn, find and obtain. These generally suit a variety of tastes style wise and come from a number of different sources, whether that's secrets from raids, flawless dungeon completions or by just being a standout guardian. Today, we're taking a look at limited timed exotic cosmetics that you can get right now in Destiny 2 but will be going away with the start of the Witch Queen. These span all seasons from year 4, from Season of the Hunt all the way up to Season of the Lost. So if you're still hunting down some for your collection, are new to the game or even a returning player looking to deck your guardian out with some cool looking gear, then this video is just for you. You might be asking yourself if you've even got enough time to chase any of these exotics, especially with a number of them tied to past seasonal content. And even if you have got enough time to get them all, how are you going to maximise your time to get them? Well, that's why I've put together a list of the 7 limited timed exotics that I believe are going to be the easiest for you to go and get. The 7 that will ultimately respect your time. Let's jump in and take a look. So this isn't going to be a step-by-step walkthrough guide on how exactly to get each of the limited time exotic items, but it will give you enough information to help you make a rational choice on which you actually want to try obtain with the time you have left in year 4 before the Witch Queen. I will be keeping you up to date with the latest Destiny 2 trends, builds and more throughout year 5, so if you'd like to be notified of these, then please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet and hit the bell. And while you're down there, hit the like button because you're a good egg and that's what good eggs do. But let's take a look at the first one here, and it is in fact the only exotic ghost shell to make it onto the list. This is mainly because most exotic ghost shells this past year have been tied to the Eververse store, raids or dungeons, and with none of them going into the Destiny content vault anytime soon, this is pretty much it. The Zero Nero shell was introduced in the season of the Splicer, and it is a reward for completing the final mission in that season's questline as you tackle the Override and the Expunge weekly missions. This one is in fact tied to the final Expunge mission itself, where you tackle the Taken Vex Hydra Courier in the Expunge Delphi mission located here on Europa. The mission itself is very unique and it builds upon a number of mechanics learnt throughout the season in order to defeat the final boss. But in order to obtain the Zero Nero exotic ghost shell, you have to complete the Unpredictable Triumph. This requires you to complete the mission without dying, but don't worry, this can be done solo or as a fire team, and if you manage to make it and defeat the boss without a single death, you will be rewarded with the ghost shell. Sticking with the Season of the Splicer and the Forbidden Memory Exotic Ship. Very much in keeping with the Fallen Splicer theme from that season, it is also a reward for completing the questline as prophesized. With it being part of the full seasonal questline with 7 full steps, it may take some time to get all the steps done to get to the final quest step, but as it isn't time gated much like it was during the season if you played it, it shouldn't be too grindy. As prophesized is the final quest where you take on the Vex invasion through the Override portal, but this time within the last city itself. With it being seasonal content, the enemies aren't too challenging, but it does feel a bit more chaotic than the other versions of the Override mission. Simply follow the questline to completion, talking to the vendors and the Splicer servitor at Helm to get your exotic reward. Vita Brevis, the exotic Sparrow rewarded for completing the Challenges Proving 7 questline in Season of the Chosen is next. There's really not much to this, and it follows most of the same steps you'll do for the questline throughout. You'll need to collect Cabal Gold, complete a Battlegrounds activity and smash a tribute chest at the end, before then completing the Proving Ground strike and speaking to both Crow and then Zavala where you'll be rewarded with it. The High Gravitas Exotic Ship is tied pretty closely to the Exotic Sparrow for Season of the Chosen. It's the final rank up reward for completing and upgrading the hammer enhancements at the main Vanguard Operations War Table at Helm. You'll need War Table Reputation to rank up and unlock the hammer enhancements, which you can get from completing quests and seasonal challenges to upgrade the War Table. You can still access the seasonal challenges that grant War Table Reputation via the Past Challenges tab. It doesn't really matter what order you unlock them, but if you follow the questline you'll get enough to rank up and grab the exotic ship to finish your Season of the Chosen collection. We're going way back to Season of the Hunt now, and to the first of 2 exotic ships from that season with the 4th mark. This exotic ship is actually a random drop this time specifically from the Coup de Grace mission. Part of the Wrathborn Hunt questline from the Crow on the Tangled Shore, this final mission sees you tackle the Hive Knight who destroyed Osiris' ghost Saigera. You can only run this mission once per character per week, and although it is a quick mission, RNG might not be on your side to get this unique ship before the start of the Witch Queen. There's no luck involved with the Radiant Aspitus exotic ship. Obtainable via the Bird of Prey exotic quest from the Crow at Helm, this will require you to collect paracausal feathers from the Harbinger exotic mission. You can find these feathers throughout the mission, and they also drop from the boss chest too. If you run it on 3 characters per week, you'll get over 70 feathers with only 100 required to finish the quest and get the ship. Once you've got the feathers, there's a further secret mission to actually collect it, which is a rather cool addition in my opinion. Now, onto the present day with Season of the Lost. Mission Exorcism is about to go live, and that means you can finally get your hands on the Centerfire Exotic Ship. This will be the final mission in the Season of the Lost, and will likely see you finally remove the worm from Savathun, setting up the story and the end of year 4 on a cliffhanger ready to start the Witch Queen. It's not quite live yet at the time of this video, but make sure to bag it once the mission's live in the final weeks of the season. For a bonus section and rounding out the Season of the Lost exotics here, the Eternal Recurrence exotic Sparrow is part of the Wayfinder's Voyage questline from this season, and there's also the Reefborn Warbird, which is awarded by completing the Aga's Scepter exotic catalyst. There's absolutely loads to sink your teeth into as we round out year 4 and the Beyond Light story. I hope that this roundup helped you to decide what you want to hunt down in the remaining weeks of Season of the Lost. If you think you're ready for year 5 of Destiny 2, make sure you don't miss out on any of these Vorpal weapon primaries. Remember, Vorpal got a buff and is now a 20% damage increase on primary weapons, so now's the time to go watch this to help you find the best ones to get.